Thank you. Dear voters of East Coast GRC, good evening. Wan Sheng Hao. Now, about 14 years ago in 2011, I spoke at my first election rally. In that speech, I talked about the young people of Singapore. I said to the rally crowd, you will be surprised at what young people can do and can achieve if you give them a chance. Now, there are both many seniors in East Coast GRC, just as there are young people. To the seniors, let me outline how important your vote is in creating a democratic society based on justice and equality. Your vote can leave a lasting mark on Singapore that will define our country for many, many years and decades henceforth. Many Singaporeans I meet tell me that justice and fairness means a lot to them. For my colleagues and I, this is a driving force that has pushed us into politics with a view to make Singapore better. In my first rally speech for G 2025 last Thursday, I spoke about how the people of Hougang were treated like pawns by the PAP. This was one of my first experiences as a young Singaporean of what passed for fairness in Singapore. The actions of the PAP left a very bad taste in my mouth, and my peers and I didn't feel like this was a Singapore we can be proud of. We didn't feel such affinity to a country ruled by people with such small hearts. But the passage of time has the effect of mellowing you. You grow older, you get married, you have children, and you appreciate your parents more as you go through what they did when they were your age. You appreciate your lot in life, and you begin to thank God for the glass that you see more and more as half full and not half empty. But my feelings towards what was done to the people of Hougang and Potong Pasir by the PAP never mellowed. How could it be that the most intelligent, smartest, and sharpest people in the PAP could support such a policy? Weren't these PAP orang besar supposed to represent the cream of Singapore? The best and the brightest who rose up as a result of meritocracy. If so, why did they do this? Why didn't anybody in the PAP speak out against this? It was so unfair. What values were transmitted to younger Singaporeans when there were such policies and some people look away? Today, this opposition ward last upgrading policy has been shelved. Voters of East Coast GRC, today PAP and opposition wards get upgrading at the same time. In some cases, opposition wards get HDB upgrading such as HIP earlier. As far as I can see, priority is based on objective criteria across all town councils, which should have been the case all along. In my view, the PAP changed its strategy because their bullying sticks and disrespectful carrots did not work. But make no mistake, the PAP leadership did not change the upgrading policy out of the goodness of their hearts. They only changed because the policy lost them votes. And the backlash was even seen in other constituencies in Singapore, reducing the PAP's vote share. That is how we, the people of Singapore, can fight unfairness and bring about change with our vote. After that failure, the PAP tried other policies designed to cripple town councils and elected town councillors in opposition wards, like CIPC funding, the processes behind CIPC funding, which is an important source of funding that helps town councils upgrade the amenities in your estates. This undemocratic process has also been reversed after continuous advocacy by opposition MPs and by Singaporeans as a result of the last general elections. I am sure you can see the pattern now. No political pressure in Parliament against the PAP, no results on the ground. No fairness, no justice on the ground. So on the occasion of SG60 this year, I salute this Singapore spirit of not giving in. SG60, our 60th year of independence, has been touted as the year of resilience. This political resistance to the PAP's HDB upgrading policy for opposition wards is the best example of resilience in the history of Singapore. It should be taught in our schools. We will need this spirit of Hougang should Singapore ever come under threat from any aggressor or when we face the unpredictable years ahead. The PAP only listens when it loses vote share and parliamentary seats to the Workers' Party. Why do you think Lee Hsien Loong and Lawrence Wong are going to Tampines, going to Punggol, and I'm sure they'll be here in East Coast also? Have they abandoned the other constituencies? The PAP only listens when it loses vote share and parliamentary seats to the Workers' Party. A previous Prime Minister said that he would have to spend his time fixing the opposition if it gains 5, 10 or 20 seats. And he said this when the opposition only had 2 seats in Parliament. This is the PAP DNA. I wonder what Prime Minister Lawrence Wong would say about this. Is this negative politics? I make the point again today because I can understand the key questions in the mind of East Coast voters. What will happen to my estate? Can the Workers' Party manage it? The answer to this question is best made out by our green ratings in the Town Council Management Review reports by the Ministry of National Development. Both Aljunied, Hougang and Sengkang, all green. But are our estates perfect? I will tell you from my heart. I walk around alone. My colleagues walk around alone. We listen to feedback. There's always room for improvement. On the subject of town councils, over the last few years, I have noticed, and I'm sure some of you may also have, large PAP banners in PAP-run town councils where it says a PAP-run town council and the PAP logo over there. This is a relatively recent development. Voters of East Coast GRC, we will not print the words a Workers' Party-run town council on our banners. Why? Our green ratings speak for itself, and that's all you need to know. But there's another important reason why we don't need to do that. Because our communities and towns are about the people who live in them. Our people, our fellow Singaporeans. And East Coast GRC, if we succeed in earning the right to represent you in Parliament, we will serve you all equally without reference to who you vote for in elections. Doesn't matter who, we will serve you equally. The current PAP candidates in East Coast asked to be voted in so that they can launch various local programs, some of which will undoubtedly come through the People's Association. But barring national programs which Senior Minister Lee Hsien Loong has assured will continue as per normal, every single program these PAP MPs, or I beg your pardon, not MPs yet, these PAP candidates have mentioned can be launched in their capacity as grassroots advisors or PAP branch chairmen. Access to the community clubs has not been given to WP MPs since 1981. But the CCs remain open, PA programs continue to run, and the PA continues to be generously funded by your taxpayer dollars in Aljunied, Hougang and Sengkang. If I am wrong, I would invite the PAP East Coast MPs to clarify, in the event that they do not win these elections, which programs they will stop should East Coast voters decide to vote Workers' Party. Be upfront with our people so voters can decide if the PAP really cares about East Coast or if there is no together in their East Coast plan. During COVID, the PA gave PA grassroots advisors, including all the unelected ones, information as specific as which resident was recovering from a COVID infection. These advisors were then in a position to deliver care packs to the residents. The Workers' Party MPs who secured a mandate from the people did not have access to this information. We would have loved access to that information to reach out to Singaporeans as well. And we would love to shake hands of our new citizens at citizenship ceremonies presided over by losing PAP candidates so that we can tell our new citizens, fellow Singaporeans and the world that our unity as one people is more important than party politics. With immigration and integration being such a big part of our social landscape in Singapore, I am taken aback by how the PAP does not walk the talk when it speaks of a united Singapore to deal with the challenges of tomorrow. Democratically elected opposition MPs are kept away when new Singaporeans are welcomed to our community. So let me ask Lawrence Wong again, isn't this a textbook example of negative politics? Please change the policy. In the long run, Singapore will lose with such a mentality from PAP political leaders. Even if the PAP cannot, Singapore can do much better than that. A new generation of Singaporeans, young people, deserve to inherit a better Singapore without the artificial lines drawn by the PAP that can breed divisive politics. Residents of East Coast GRC, only recently a group of residents in my ward of Eunos in Aljunied GRC who participate in a People's Association exercise program held on PA-managed land in the Eunos ward of Aljunied GRC came to speak to me. They asked me, Mr. Singh, when it rains, would you mind if you allow us to use the HDB void deck which is managed by your town council so that we can continue our exercise? I said, please go ahead. You really don't need to ask this question. So I would like to ask the PAP, would you allow a Workers' Party MP to use the centrally located community clubs in his or her name as a democratically elected person for food donation or distribution drives for low-income households? This one can or not? Please say yes or no before polling day. Let me know so I can go and debate with PM Lawrence Wong in Parliament what is the real meaning of negative politics. But if you say, no, cannot, you cannot come into the CCs, let's keep things the way they are, it's okay. The spirit of Hougang lives in our people and the Workers' Party will find a way to help those people in need. Just ask Yi Jong. He has a lot of experience in helping people through the years with his food rescue program. To the voters of East Coast GRC, especially our seniors, more senior care centers will be constructed in Singapore over the next few years, including in East Coast GRC. These centers are important. They run full-day programs for our seniors, and they are especially helpful when caregivers are away at work or looking after their children. Not too long ago, the Ministry of Health appointed Sparkle Care, a PAP community fund organization, to run one such center in the Eunos ward of Aljunied GRC. Sparkle Care applied to use a multi-purpose hall in the estate where the center is located to run services and sought the Aljunied Hougang Town Council's approval to do that. Same thing. No issues, no problem, approval given. On the day of the event, I dropped into one of the sessions. Voters of East Coast GRC, let me tell you something. The warmth of the Sparkle Care staff blew me away. I wanted to go to the session to assure the team that the Aljunied Hougang Town Council will support them. Don't worry about this PCF issue. Don't worry about that. You're serving the community. Please go ahead and do it. You got our full support. The Sparkle Care volunteers even asked to take a picture with me. Something I did not expect, because some PCF staffs tend to be cautious because of the PAP logo in the PCF logo. In the course of our conversation, we came to a very quick understanding. Not too many words shared. When it comes to community, our seniors, our fellow Singaporeans, we are one people. All Singaporeans, the future is bright. Our little red dot will shine bright when our hearts are large. East Coast GRC voters, cast your vote with this in mind. When your hearts are large, the future is bright. Residents of East Coast, the Workers' Party team will bring this same community spirit no matter what the obstacle to East Coast GRC. And if they don't, if the team does not do so, team leader Yi Jong will make sure that they do. Young people, and indeed Singaporeans of all ages, if you see double standards and unfairness in our country, you must speak up. If you live in a Singapore where you cannot speak your mind, how will our dreams come true? How will we build a better Singapore for tomorrow? Now, there will be issues that tug our society in very different directions. For example, LGBT rights, what to do when democratic societies breach international law and our humanitarian instincts kick in. Many more issues will arise. We must resolve these issues and engage them passionately, but thoughtfully too. It is not out of place to ask, am I hurting someone with my passionate advocacy? If the answer is yes, think about your approach, especially in the context of our multiracial society. I'm not asking you to rethink your passion. Your passion should never be suppressed. But deliberately think hard about how your views will be received by those who disagree with you. Paradoxically, that will improve your advocacy and advance the cause you fight for. I respect others may have a different view on how to fight for causes they wish to champion. To Singapore of all races and religions, no one should threaten you by saying they will pay for a one-way business class ticket for you to go elsewhere. There is no distinction between a new citizen or old citizen. Your pink IC is all that matters, and you are one of us. No one should tell you to go back to the country of your ancestors just because you have the courage to stand up for what you believe in. Young people, all Singaporeans, you are the future. You are the key to unlock a more united people going forward. A fair society, a just society. Don't be afraid of speaking your mind. My generation has seen the injustice of PAP policies. Some of them, those who came before me, stepped up to be counted at great personal cost. Others have rallied behind the scenes, but they all contributed in working for Singapore, and me and my colleagues, we stand on their shoulders. I want to tell young Singaporeans this. Your parents, family and friends love you, and they want to see you thrive. Setbacks are common to us all, but rise each time you fall. But if you're going to be cowed or immobilized by fear, you will not be able to work for Singapore, the country we all call home. The Workers' Party has faith in you, full faith in you. Join us in common cause and let's work together for a better Singapore through a more balanced parliament, through a more balanced political system together. Thank you, East Coast GRC. Work for Singapore. Vote for the Workers' Party. Good night. Thank you for your support.